Hey guys, Dash here from Curse, and I'm here to ask and answer, what's the hype behind Faeria? And perhaps more importantly, is it justified? We have failed you. It takes a lot to start off a letter to a game's supporters and fans by claiming failure. But Faeria did precisely that with a recent open letter detailing the changes that the game has gone through, and in this case, that failing has led to a game that's meant to be even better than before. Faeria is a strategic digital card game similar in nature to Magic the Gathering, with two players taking control of a deck and slinging cards representing magical creatures and spells. This is the first project by Belgium-based developer Abracam Entertainment, a small indie developer with little prior experience. Despite the newness of the studio, the team behind the game has been working on the title continuously since 2010. Faeria first hit the public consciousness with a presence at both PAX Prime and Gamescom in 2013. Following a successful Kickstarter campaign, the game is now in Steam's Early Access program. Faeria allows players to assemble decks of digital cards and play them in battle against other players online. Similar to other digital card games such as Hearthstone and Hex, the original design called for players to have full access to the game's entire card library, with no microtransactions. But a letter to fans reveals that the team realized this option didn't make sense as the only choice. The game will now offer booster packs with a free-to-play startup, or you can buy full access for a flat fee. Testing is planned on PC with the Unity engine the game is built upon, allowing the developers to port the title to mobile or tablet devices in the future. Players will take turns handling land and resource development, attacking their opponents, and playing cards until one side is defeated. Unlike its contemporaries, Faeria doesn't simply occupy an abstract space. As play continues, lands and resources are used to shape the board on which the players must engage, turning the game into a combination between card game and strategy game. Players must go beyond asking, "Should I attack?" and ask about larger strategic concerns. While the game has had to undergo large-scale shifts to adapt to a new engine and new business model, the development team has grown rather than downsize, resulting in more people crafting the best possible version of the game. Despite the header reading as, "We failed you," the letter to the Faeria community is more of a statement of purpose, with an end goal producing a better card game than Faeria's contemporaries with an entire added dimension of depth. If you've played most games modeled after Magic the Gathering, you're at least passingly familiar with the strategies involved with the game style. It's all about playing your cards carefully, considering advantage, and the same core mechanics. Faeria is a game that introduces something new to the mix by adding tactical positioning and an evolving map to the fantasy. Unlike its contemporaries, Faeria seeks to do something altogether different within the framework that's been built for it. The dramatic "we failed you" letter doesn't mean that the core design of the game has changed. Rather, the failing of the game was entirely down to having a business model and platform limitations that obvious contemporaries did not feature. By overhauling the game, making its core mechanics simpler to understand for new players, and adding in a more flexible engine, the game has the potential to rewrite several of the underpinning conceits for similar card games. Fans who backed the game during its earlier Kickstarter campaign will also be fully compensated and receive equivalent packages to what was promised before the game was overhauled for a new business model and engine. The company may be fairly new, but it's clearly setting a precedent of standing by its fans. To successfully live up to the hype, Faeria needs to deliver gameplay that offers the accessibility of games such as Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone, with the added strategic consideration of managing landscape. Before the overhauls, the game suffered from having a more limited availability and less accepted business model when set against its direct competitors. Now, its primary hurdle is teaching new players to play effectively and delivering on core mechanics while satisfying backers. Make sure to let us know your thoughts on Faeria in the comments below, and why you're hyped to see what comes after the rebuild of the game. As always, this is Dash for Curse saying thanks for watching, and enjoy the game.